Welcome, WNBA fans. So this is the third game of the day for Sunday. We had the Aces going up against the Mercury. Boy, what a game this was. This was leaving it out on the... This was the definition of leaving it out on the floor. These players were all over the place. And, you know, it was back and forth the whole time. And then, right around the third quarter, Phoenix got a little bit of a lead. And I mean just 5 points, 6 points, 5 points, 6 points. And then as soon as that happened, Vegas never got even. They were right there. They were going back and forth, but they would catch up. They'd be down by 1 or 2, and then Phoenix would hit a 3. Or some other way of scoring, but they'd score. And Phoenix just, every little run they made, boom, then Phoenix had an answer. Just every time. And, you know... But it was, I mean, this was the definition of leaving it on the floor. I mean, Jewel Lloyd and Jackie Young were all over the place. And Chelsea Gray, and, you know, I think that one of the issues with the Aces was that they were dribbling a little too much. There were times where they would dribble into, Chelsea Gray got caught on it, and she's really good. I mean, she's a very good passer and whatever, but she seemed like she was forcing it a little bit, where she would drive into the lane right where 2 people were there and they just steal the ball from her. Whereas in other times I've seen her play, she has pulled up right there at the foul line because just take the shot or pass it. You know, there was at times, not all the time, but at times she was just dribbling too much. So the quarters, it was 20-20 at the end of the first. You know, like I said, it was neck and neck. Then Phoenix outscored them in the second, 23-19, and then they outscored them again in the third quarter, 17-50, so by 2. So they outscored them by 4 and then 2, and then the fourth quarter, it was both of them scored 16 points. They were having trouble scoring. There was like a 3-minute period where nobody scored, and it was just back and forth, and they just neither team could hit a basket. So they could, you know, 1 or 2 of those shots from the Aces, and this would have ended up differently. But let's see. The Aces had 28 bench points. I mean, Phoenix had 28 bench points, and the Aces only had 14. Aces had 19 turnovers to Phoenix's 12. So that was points off turnovers. There's the game. 22 points. Vegas only had 13. So that and that was a lot of it, like what I was just describing, where, you know, they drive into the lane instead of pulling up for a short jumper. But, you know, without Asia Wilson, they're trying to reinvent themselves. And, you know, I mean, it was a great hustle game on both ends. But, you know, the Aces just came up a little short. They needed a hoop down the end, and they just couldn't get it. So Jackie Young had 15 points. She only shot 28%. Oh, that's not. She usually does better than that. When she does better than that, they win. Jewel Lloyd, good. You know, kudos to Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd finally had a good game. You know, it looks like she's getting her feet under her on the new team and everything. She shot 6 for 11, so 54%. She shot 37% from 3-point line. Chelsea Gray had 20, but she had 5 turnovers. Tiffany Mitchell had 4, and then like everybody else had 1, 2, or 3 of them. So Jewel Lloyd had 17 points. Chelsea Gray had 20, and so it was like those 3, and then it was like 2s. I'm seeing 2s and 4s. Kirsten Bell came in and she hit some. She was 2 for 3. From 3, so she helped out a bit, and she got to the foul line. 2 more points, so she got 8 points. Kia Stokes had 14 rebounds. Chelsea Gray had 10. So that was good. I mean, that's what Kia does. She's in there for defense and rebounding and setting screens, more so than scoring. Let's see. So Phoenix is scoring. They had 4 players in double figures. Satu Sabali had 22 points. She shot 40% from the floor, approximately the same from 3-point range. And then she was perfect from the foul line, 7 for 7. So 22 points there. Alyssa Thomas had 14. She had 13 assists, so double-double for her. Sabally had 9 rebounds, so she was just short of a double-double. Kalia Copper, this was her first game back. She had 11 points. She was 4 for 9 from the floor, which is 44%. And then they got a nice contribution from Sammy Whitcomb. Sammy Whitcomb used to play for the Seattle Storm. She was a very good three-point shooter. She's been struggling so far this season, but she had a real nice game today. She shot 7 for 14 from the floor, which is 50%. She was 50% from three-point range for 18 points. So good for Sammy. I like Sammy, so she did pretty well. And then everybody else had minor points here. 1, 2, 3. Lexi Held had 3. She was only 1 for 7, so bad shooting night for her. She's been good in the last couple games, as a rookie. And Loxa, I think it's Loxa. She was 0 for 5 from 3, so in the past couple games she's been really good. So anyway, that's how that one ended up. Phoenix ends up winning 76-70, but a very good game to watch. Just back and forth and back and forth. Lots of hustle. The Aces just came up short. It was like someone was going to lose this game. And, Phoenix just had a little bit more. They got a shot, like they got the three-point shot from Sammy Whitcomb to seal the victory that put them up by 6. And then no one scored after that. That's what gave them 76. So, overall, good game. Both these teams are strong teams. And, the Valkyries had a real tough time with Phoenix, and they weren't even at full. Now they're at full capacity, with Kalia Copper back. So, anyway, tomorrow we have 6 games on the schedule. So, I don't know if I'm going to do a pregame or something like that for all those. I may just cover them after the games are over. I'll be doing a pregame for the Golden State Valkyries, and I'm thinking about doing a quarterly evaluation. Now that all the teams have played 11 games, it's the first quarter of the season. And so I'm thinking about doing that. I'm kind of going back and forth with it, whether I want to or not. But if you see it, then I decided to do it. So anyway, everyone have a nice evening, and we'll see you next time.